Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? So quick little video here. I figured I might as well do a video on it since I had to do it. If you're running a Presearch node through the FLUX operating system, there's a couple of things that you're going to have to do. The first thing is if you go over to the Presearch website where they talk about FLUX node grandfathering, and what this is simply allowing you to maintain the 2000 pre-tokens that you've staked and be able to earn off of that instead of the new 4,000 stake requirement. So what needs to happen here is you have to go through a couple little processes, right? First and foremost, and I'm going to walk you through it. You have to come over to runonflux.io. So we're gonna go ahead and start from scratch. So runonflux.io, just log into that. And then once you come over here, what you're going to have to do is just follow it along, right? So open the browser. We're going to click on the little thumb Zell ID thing so that we can log into it. Because right now, actually, let me log out. So I'm going to click on log in using Zell ID. It's going to ask you to open up Zellcore. So go ahead and open it up. And I'm going to have Zellcore over on the other screen. But what you're going to do is, so let me log in and then put in your 2FA. All right, and what I'm going to do is I am going to share my desktop here just so you guys can see this. Bear with me. All right, hold on. I'm going to do a new share. Just going to do share my desktop. All right, there we go. All right, so it timed out. Bear with me here. Let me go back on runonflux.io. And what we're going to do is bear with me here. Just going to open up that document. All right, so here's the document. I'll drop the link down below too, so you guys can definitely follow along. But we're going to come to home.run on flux.io, click in, sign our Zellcore. So what we're going to do is you're going to have to now click in and do your 2FA. So bear with me, hold on. Let me put it in real quick. Okay, so the message was sent and we are good to go now, right? So at this point, the next thing we need to do is we need to come down to apps. So once you're logged in, go to apps, go to global apps. All right. And then from global apps, you're just going to go to my apps. All right. So you could see here, it's just telling you go to global apps, come on down to global apps, and you're going to go to update specification, right? So global apps, my apps, and then click on manage your Presearch node. So that's what you're going to do is manage your Presearch node. And then what you have to do is come down to update specifications. So, and this is how you pay your monthly Flux token to continue with what you need to do. Now, the key that we need to do is we need to come here under environment and we need to change this out right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy my registration code and I'm just going to move it off to the side. There we go. And the next thing I need to do is I need to delete this. And what you have to do, and just right here, so you have to delete the old environment, which is your registration code. You have to include the new environment. Now, I was having an error by just clicking copy, right? So what I'm going to do is, because the on the website, the parentheses aren't the way they're supposed to be. So what you're going to do is, and I'll drop this environment code down below in the comment section of the video. You're going to come here, you're going to paste that in. And then the only other thing that you need to do is you need to come here and put in your registration code. So where you can find your registration code, if you don't already know where it's at, come on over here to your Presearch Node. All right, come over here to Presearch Node, and it's right here. So you would just hit copy, right? So we're going to copy that, come back over here, and I am going to now replace it under registration code. All right, so we're going to go right after the equal sign, and I'm going to paste in my registration code. Okay, from there, we're going to hit compute update message. You're going to see up in the top right hand corner here that everything went great. And now what we're going to do is we're going to update the we're going to sign the message, right? So open that back Zelcore. You can see everything is pasted in here. So we're going to sign the message. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're going to sign the message. Message has been signed. Once this happens now, and this is exactly what, instead of doing the environment, I did a video on how to update it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit update app. It's propagating the message across FLUX network. You can see it's going to give me a charge. And then now it says to finish the application updates, please make a transaction of 0.02 flux. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that anyway, just so that I can have a new block ID number that I need to find. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to pay the fee. Hold on. There we go. So I am going to pay the fee, open up Flux, proceed to pay. Yes. I'm going to verify it. And I'm going to hit send. All right. Yes, send transaction. And we are done. So now we're essentially pretty much done. So I'll wait a minute just so that this can get processed. But for the most part, we have now done everything we need to do on this end. Moving forward, right? Moving forward, now what we have to do is we have to go through the stake process. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull this up real quick. Bear with me. And where I got this, I'm going to go through it. It's in the Discord. So in the Presearch Discord, it's right here. Okay. And this is the migration, essentially the steps for the migration. So the first thing is to get over here. It already shows what we need to do through the grandfathering process. So now what we need to do is come over to our Presearch node. Okay. Bear with me here. Let's get out of that and we'll come back over here. Great. So come over to the Presearch node and you'll see that I have some Flux nodes here. I have my old Flux node that is no longer Flux node number 1 is no longer, it's no longer operational. So what I need to do is I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to do anything like that. All right. What I am going to do is I am going to see what is currently online right now. And I'm going to utilize this top one that's got a reliability score of 81. I'm going to come over to stats just so that I can see the IP address, right? So it starts with a 6.5, ends with a 9.4. Okay. I'm going to come back over and following along, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to identify that one that we want. We're going to come back to global apps. We're going to go back to my apps, right? So global apps. Hold hold on, bear with me. There we go. Global apps. We're going to click back. We're going to go to my apps. We're going to come to the Presearch node. We're going to hit manage app, right? From here, we need to find the running instances. So just click down to running instances. Nothing will populate for a second. If it doesn't, just click off of it and come right back in. All right. And what we needed to find was the Presearch node that started with 6.5, ended with 9.4. I'm going to come back over just like it says. Once we identify it, we're going to visit FLUX node. So visit the FLUX node. And now we are logging into that specific FLUX node. All right. From there, what we're going to do is local apps. So this is, we want to come to apps, local apps. All right. And from there, we are going to, let's see, it is local apps. Hold on. My local apps. Okay, so come down to my local apps. And what we want to do is we want to come to manage, right? Because this is the Presearch node that's running on this specific FLUX node. Come to manage app. All right. So from here, the next thing that we need to do, all right, is we need to come to control, right? So come over here to control. And what we want to do is we want to stop the app, right? So we're going to come here, we're going to click stop app, stop it. All right. And what I want to do now is, now that it's been stopped, I want to come back over, right? And I want to verify that it's no longer active. So if we come here to active for 7 days, we'll see that the one that I just wanted right here, reliability score of 81, is no longer active. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is just, we stopped it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our control tab, and we're going to hit hard redeploy, right? So come back over here, and where it says control hard redeploy, click on redeploy. It's redeploying. We can come down here and start to look. It's the application removed, awaiting installation. So give it a couple of seconds, and we will see that inside of that, it will start to come back online. So this is the first time I'm doing it. Give it a couple of seconds. But again, the first thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you update your node with the correct parameters assigned to it, right? And the other thing, so you can just see now that everything is starting to come back online. It is starting to go through its process, and FLUX app Presearch node successfully installed and launched. Okay. The most important thing, though, is, like I said, you come back over here to the grandfather status, and that you delete the old environment, because what needs to happen here is it's telling itself that it's going to disconnect and disconnect the stake after 30 minutes. So you have to make sure that when your node goes down, if a node goes down, it has to be a minimum of 30 minutes that it's down, and then it will automatically transfer over that stake. So what I want to do is I want to come back over to Presearch node, and let's see if this pops back in. And you can see right here, it has popped back in the EU DE1 1.04. Now this one will no longer be active, but you can see that my 2000 pre has been transferred over from my old node. So now I can go over to online, and there we are, right? You don't have to do anything else. Okay. Makes sense. You don't have to delete anything. You don't have to do anything after that. So it's a pretty straightforward. What I'll do is I will copy these steps. I will throw them down into the video below. Hopefully it makes sense. If you have any issues, drop a comment down below. I'll try to help you out. Again, my biggest issue that I had is when I was copying this, instead of just coming here to hit copy, it was giving me an error message. So I had to physically type this out. I will drop the what I typed out down below, so that all you have to do is insert your registration code. Alrighty. Again, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.